Let's see if we can't get this through this really fast. Today I deleted the video I did yesterday, and the reason was last night I was thinking it's just too long and rambling, so I deleted it. Okay, well, this morning I got on there. I was about to delete it, and I realized I had a troll. The theme of my channel has always been, and this line is perfect. It comes from Fear the Walking Dead, where they would take boxes and put some items in them and leave them out at the highway markers for people who are in trouble, who could take some supplies, and it said on the box, they wrote in a magic marker, take what you need, leave what you don't. That's what my channel is. Take what you can leave, what you need, what benefits you, leave the rest alone. Somebody didn't leave the rest alone. She had to tell me to mind my own business. The information I had heard from 2 different nurses in New York City was just not true. Well, she's not calling me a liar, she's calling them a liar. Okay, first of all, different states have different experiences. They have different levels of this virus going on. I hate having political stuff on my channel, but my hand was forced this year because of everybody trying to politicize things, such as the governor of Michigan. The governor of Michigan deciding that she would rope off parts of Home Depot, and they couldn't buy seeds and plants. They could buy other stuff, but they couldn't buy seeds and plants. Not her call. She needs to keep her little grubby paws off of people's food supply. And so politics attacked me. I didn't attack it. Politics got into my channel. I couldn't help it. When it affects homesteading and frugal living, you know, your hand is forced. My hand was forced. But as far as these nurses, information is floating all over the place. You don't know what's true. I don't know what's true. But when I see 2 nurses almost in tears over things they're experiencing and saying they don't want to be part of, and you're saying, well, that's just not happening. That's not happening. This is not happening. This is not true. You don't know. What you're doing is you're calling them liars. I don't know what's happening, and neither do you. Neither do you. Are you in a New York City hospital? Have you seen this happen? You don't know. These 2 women put out YouTube videos, and they were removed for violating community guidelines. You know what the community guidelines are? It's whatever YouTube says it is and whatever supports their agenda. We've had trouble with YouTube before on many fronts, YouTube and Facebook. They have an agenda, and they pretty much carry it out. If you get a little bit too many people listening to you and it's opposite to what their agenda is, they bring down that hammer on you. So you don't get to come here and tell me to mind my own business, to go ahead and mind my own mountain. That's what I was telling everybody to do. You can't control all this stuff. All this information is floating all over the place, and you need to take care of business at home. That's what I was saying. I wasn't telling you what to do on your home. I wasn't telling you what to believe. You believe whatever you want to believe. If you want to believe Grimm's fairy tales, and you want to believe the government's always benevolent and out to help you and only out here for your benefit, you believe that all you want to. But remember, this is my channel. These are only my opinions. I only put out advice and information about homesteading, frugal living, ways you can save money, how to raise chickens. I do a little bit of newsy stuff for people who are interested at all in how my gardens are going and how my husband is. That's all I do. If you don't like it, you know what? There are 1,000 other channels for you to watch. You don't have to be here. Nobody's forcing you to be here. If I don't like somebody's political slant, or if I don't like somebody's opinions, I don't go over there and troll their channel. I just walk away. Now, there's another thing that happened this morning. I put up something it was a meme you see on Facebook, and the meaning of it is, it's too bad that liars, people who perpetuate lies, don't immediately have a hammer slammed down on them when a lie comes out of their mouth. And the meme was, I'm always disappointed when a liar's pants don't actually catch on fire. Now, somebody took offense at that and said, I didn't find it funny at all because I was burned. It was horrible. I'm sorry. It was horrible for you. You have my utmost sympathy. Fire has touched my family too. One of my uncles died in a fire. I am very sorry that happened to you. I would never want that to happen to anybody. It was just, the meaning of it is not literal. You know that it's not a literal meaning. It is only a take on the old saying, liar, liar, pants on fire. Somebody's always ready to be offended. And I am sorry I was not poo-pooing your experience. I was not trying to downplay anything that happened to you. And I'm sorry for that happened to you. I can't think of much worse than being burned in a fire. Although I did have a neighbor whose son actually fell into a grinder. That to me is pretty much about the same. That's worse almost. I can't even imagine that. But there's horrible things, horrible tragedies happen to people, and I'm very sorry for yours. That was not a literal thing, okay? You know the meaning of it as well as I do. But people are always ready to be offended at everything you say. So you can't please everybody, you gotta please yourself. But my channel is take what you need, what helps you, what benefits you, what you get something out of, leave what you don't. And to go back to The Walking Dead, you don't get to gripe about what's in the box they left you. You don't get to gripe about the quality of the box. It's like, you should leave better items next time. You don't get to gripe about what's in the box somebody left you out of the goodness of their heart and use their time and their money to do. You don't get to gripe about that. If you don't like it, leave it there. In other words, leave it alone and walk away. And that's, take that literally, take it figuratively. This is just a bloggy type of newsy, homestead, frugal living, purposeful living, live a better life without wasting money type of channel. How to raise chickens, which I know a great deal about. I don't know a great deal about some things, but I know a lot about that. Gardening, I'm minimally successful at that sometimes, and other times the weather gets me. Can't do a thing about the weather. So that's one thing I have to say. That is the theme of my channel. It always has been. If you're new to my channel, I guess you missed that part. But you don't get to come here and tell me to mind my own business and argue. This is not a debate channel. This is my channel, my opinions, my views, and my expertise in some areas, my advice in some areas, you might want to think about this, comments. If you don't like what I say, sorry, we're all different. Believe what you want to. If you want to believe the government's benevolent and out to help you, if you don't want to get vaccinated, if you do want to get vaccinated, if you don't want to get vaccinated, I don't care. I'm not getting vaccinated for anything. I can tell you about, I don't vaccinate my chickens for anything. There's a vaccination for Marek's disease. Did you know it doesn't prevent Marek's disease? In chickens, it doesn't prevent the disease. It doesn't. All it does is prevent the tumors that go with it and the symptoms of it. It doesn't stop the disease from infecting your bird. A lot of people don't know that. And did you also know that the vaccine that is available to consumers is not the same vaccine that is given at a hatchery that has to be kept at sub-zero temperatures, which you can't do in your home? It's not the same vaccine. Got that directly from a vet at University of Kentucky. He said the vaccine that people get to vaccinate their own chickens from Marek's, he says it's useless, totally useless anyway. He said it has to be the other kind that kept at sub-zero temperatures. Didn't know that either, did you? So this is what people come to my channel for, things I know about that you don't know about, or just my take on certain things. If you don't care about my take on certain things, then why are you here? I'm not here to argue with you. I'm not here to debate with you. If you want to respectfully offer an opinion, that is fine. But you don't get to come here and tell me to shut up and mind my business and that what I've just said is not true. Because you don't know what's true any more than I do on any given day with this particular subject that's going on. Because there are agendas galore. And I've seen a lot of lies being told recently on a lot of levels. And I'm going to risk my battery going dead on me, and I'm going to say something that's going to probably not make you very happy either. I do not consider nurses and doctors frontline workers. You know what I consider them? I consider them doing the job and the profession they chose. Why does this disease is not any different than any other disease. Every day that they go to work, they chose to go to a place where they might encounter infectious disease every single day. That is the profession they chose. Just like the military, my husband's a retired Air Force Master Sergeant. He loaded bombs. He did shelf life testing on bombs. He had a very dangerous job. He could have been called overseas and had a gun put in his hand any day. That's what he signed up for. Does he get special pats on the back? Well, I mean, it keeps our country safe to have a military. If you don't have a military, you can't have a country. But this is what he signed up for. He's a frontline worker, and I think getting shot at, and you don't get overtime in the military. You're on call 24/7 for whatever the government wants to do to you, wherever they want to send you, and for whatever job they want to give you. No matter what your career field is, they can put you in another career field. They can say, okay, you're behind a desk now, but here's a gun, you gotta go be deployed over here. That's what the military does, and that's what you sign up for. And doctors and nurses, that's what they signed up for, to be exposed to disease every day. This disease is no different. It's just disease. No nurse I know has ever said, and my niece is a nurse in South Carolina, she's an RN. I have another niece here who works in the medical field in this state. No nurse has ever said, I'm going to be a nurse until it gets too scary. And a disease comes up that's too scary for me, and then I'm just going to quit and go flip burgers at McDonald's. Nobody said that. I can't imagine anybody saying that who ever wanted to be a nurse. So, yes, I highly respect the professions. We need them. They are critical. That's what they wanted to be. That's what they chose. And they don't get special awards for just going to work at a job that they've been hired to do, and that's what they do. That's just what they do. Most of us don't get to stay home. You got a job, you have to go to it. Their job happens to be exposed to injuries and nasty stuff and infectious disease any day of the week, anytime they go to work. They don't know what they're going to walk into. This is no different. Same with the military. That's no different. The other special people. I think standing in front of bullets and loading bombs that could explode in your own hand, testing shelf life, that's a dicey thing my husband did, is a little bit more dangerous than even dealing with an infectious disease. So, but critical jobs are critical jobs. They're critical jobs, but they're just jobs, okay? So, maybe an unpopular opinion, and I highly respect all those professions, and they're very necessary, and I applaud every one of those people, but going to work is just what you do, and that's the job you chose, so you just go to work. No matter how dangerous it is, it's always dangerous. Going to a hospital every day is dangerous, even for the patients. So that's my take on that. So once again, if you know nothing else, take what you need and leave what you don't from this channel. Have a great weekend, everybody.